If you run a home service business, plumbing, HVAC, landscaping, cleaning, painting, roofing, you name it, there is a marketing channel sitting right under your nose that almost nobody in your industry is using correctly. It's free, it's local, and it consistently pulls in 5+ book jobs a week per business when it's done right. And that channel, guys, is Facebook groups. I'm Bryan Shankman, CEO of LeadTruffle, an AI automation platform for home service businesses. I've been in this space for years, and this is one of the most underrated sources I've ever seen a contractor use. A while back, I sat down with Daniel Magazu. He's built a landscaping company from zero to over $200K in revenue using nothing but Facebook groups. No paid lead spend, nothing but Facebook groups. And now he runs an awesome agency called Ride the Wave that does Facebook groups marketing for home service businesses across the country. This interview was so good and the playbook so specific that I'm resurfacing the exact part where he walks through the entire system. What groups to join, what to post, how to follow up, and the real number his clients are pulling in. If you want more free leads without spending $1 on ads, watch this all the way through from start to finish. Here's Daniel.
All right, so let's dive into the tactics there. When we talk about Facebook groups, what type of groups are you typically in for your clients?
Okay, so what you want to do is join the local community Facebook groups. So whatever your service area is, you want to join the town communities within your service area. So if you live in Franklin, Massachusetts, and you serve a 20-mile radius around Franklin, Massachusetts, you want to join all of the town communities within that radius. So the Facebook group in Franklin is called All About Franklin, Mass. And then you would just join all of those community groups within your service area. So those are the groups you're looking for. And then you also want to read the rules of the Facebook group. A lot of the groups won't actually allow promotional. So you just have to read the rules and make sure that you only join groups where you're allowed. Or if you are going to join groups where they're not allowed, you can still make an impact, but you just can't directly advertise in them.
Okay, so in the local area Facebook groups, I'm in Santa Monica, so I'd want to find the Santa Monica groups. And are most of these groups just called just Santa Monica? Is it parents of Santa Monica? What specifically should I look for in terms of the group names?
So it's usually the town name followed by community or all about town name or related to that. But basically, to find the groups, all you have to do is go onto Facebook, click on the groups tab, and just search up your town name. And the most popular ones usually come out at the top. So you can join the groups. It might take some trial and error to find the ones that are the most active, but you can just join the groups and see the ones that where people in your community are engaging in the most. And those are usually the ones that you want to post in. You also can kind of tell when you're searching for the groups, it will say how many posts a day are going on. You usually want the groups to be private because the private groups don't have a ton of spam in them. And usually for it to be successful, if they have over 2,500 members is usually a good start looking for groups. Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's get into the content. So when I join the Santa Monica community group in my area or whatever area our listeners are in, what should they post? They just say, hey, I have a mulch business, or hey, I do plumbing, or what's the approach content-wise?
Yeah, so this might be the best time for me to share my screen and show you actually. Does that work with you?
Yes, sir. All right.
All right. So just starting off, we're looking at one of my clients, Daryl Lindy. This is his wife's account, but they own a residential awnings and commercial sign business. But it doesn't matter. The applications apply to any sort of business. So right now we're in the All Things Plymouth, Mass group. So this is just a town within Daryl's service area, Plymouth, Mass. And basically, when you join the group, you're just going to make an introductory message saying, hey, town friends, and then you're going to write an introduction. Introduce yourself to the group, tell them who you are, and this helps boost engagement because it feels like people aren't directly talking to a business, they're speaking to another human being and that they want to support you. Go into talking a little bit about the business and telling interested people to fill out a quote. So you always want to include personal photo as well as super high quality, unedited pictures of your product so that people get a sense of what you do and who you are. And these posts are usually very well received. They get decent engagement, 73 likes and 9 comments. So it's free advertising to a group of 15,000 people, which is pretty unheard of. But basically, the main points are: you want to be personable, tell a quick story about yourself, share a little bit about your business, what makes you stand out, have a call to action, only one call to action, asking them to fill out a form, call you, or however you want to be contacted. And then the pictures, honestly, probably the most important part. High quality picture, one personal picture of you with your family or you doing something you enjoy so that people know who you are, and then professional pictures from previous work you've done. Very important as well. This is just an example of Daryl's form, but you want to make it super brief and easy for them to fill out. Just a quick name, phone number, email, and then submit. From there, you're going to want to. I set up automations for some of my clients where it will send an automated text message so that they're reached out to right away. But the most important thing that I've learned from this is being super responsive to your leads. So responding to your leads in less than an hour is critical to converting them into customers.
Let's talk about tools. So you mentioned the Jot form. We have that here. You mentioned the automated follow-up text. Talk to me about how you manage that follow-up text as well as the other tools you're using on the back end to power Ride the Wave.
Yeah, sure. So to set up an automated text, you have to use Zapier. Zapier is an automation tool that allows you to set up custom automations. So Daryl's business, I think, uses OpenPhone. So basically what we do is the automation is set up so anytime that this form is submitted, it sends this number to OpenPhone. It creates a new contact for their business and sends out a automated text message saying, hey, this is Daryl from AA Awning. You just filled out our Facebook's group form. We thank you for that. What service are you interested in from us? And it automatically sends the text out, and you just have to deal with the replies.
Great. Now let's talk about results. Whether it's with this specific client or more generally, can you talk to us about what type of new customer acquisition or revenue you're driving through for your clients through these Facebook groups?
Yeah, sure. So we've been tracking the data pretty what's it called? We make it a point to track how well the groups do. So you can expect around 5 leads a week if you're posting in Facebook groups pretty viciously. And then as far as conversion rate, it varies from business to business. I would say about 75% of people will respond to the text outreach. So right off the bat, 25% of people are not even responding to the initial message. From there, at least for my mulching business, around 50% of the people who fill out the form will request a quote, like an in-person quote, and then around 50% of those people close. For a lot of my cleaning businesses, that the success of the Facebook group leads is around 15%. But for businesses that do in-person estimates, it's a lot higher. probably around 30% on average. I don't have the exact numbers on the close rate of the leads, but I would say anywhere on a low end of 10% to a high end of 35 from the leads in the Facebook groups.
Great. Yeah, super insightful, man. Really good, unique marketing approach. To wrap it up and summarize, let's pretend I run Bryan's Plumbing here in Santa Monica, and you had to give me the 101 on how I can capitalize on Facebook groups. Can you break that down for me? Just the simple steps I need to get started on Facebook group marketing.
Yeah. So here is exactly what you're going to need to do. Bryan from Santa Monica, you're going to need to join every single local community group in your service area. You're then going to want to sit down and spend an hour writing up a insightful and thoughtful post that you can post in the communities. That's not just a business advertisement. Tell a story about yourself, share a story about how you help the community, that sort of thing. So you're going to want to write your post, and then you're going to want to think of a personal picture you want to add to the post, as well as 5 to 7 other pictures that you want to add to the post as well. So then you have your post already. You're then going to want to figure out how you want leads to contact you. If you want to keep it organized, I recommend using JotForm to create a simple information request form, or you can just have people reach out to your phone number. So now that you have the post ready, it's now time to post in all the groups you've joined. And from there, you can just either create new posts or service the leads that will be coming in.
And that's the full Facebook groups playbook, guys. If you're running a home service business, this is one of the highest ROI things you can do this week. Join your local community groups, write one authentic intro post, and set up a simple form with an automated text follow-up. If you want more automation playbooks like this, real step-by-step builds for home service pros, head over to bryanshankman.com and sign up for my newsletter. And if you want AI that automatically follows up with every lead the second they come in, from Facebook, Google, Yelp, Thumbtack, Angie List, or more, check out LeadTruffle at leadtruffle.com, and we'll see you in the next one.